Hey friends, welcome to another edition of Same Day Different Shirt, coming to you from the Barn Dominium in Burleson, Texas. Minnie's not with us today, and the fact that she is subbing at a school, making some money, hanging out with kids, so she's having a fun time with that. Hey, most of our videos so far have been light, have been experiential as we try to take you on a little bit of a journey with us, but for this one, I wanted to share it a little bit more deeply. Some of you have asked where we came up with the idea of Same Day Different Shirt, and that's really come from a journey of the last 6 years. And today I just want to speak to my journey, hopefully in forms of encouragement, even though it's been kind of tough for us. So just wander down the path a little bit, and I'll keep it short, and maybe in the future we'll do a longer one. For purposes of encouragement and what I can be encouraging you in and you encouraging others in, and that's part of the hope for it. So last 6 years have been kind of weird for us. We moved out of Bellingham after being there for 10 years. Before that, we were in Decatur, Illinois for 7 years, and before that, serving in the church in Tonasket, Washington for 4 years. That was preceded by 3 years at Greenville College right after we got married. So we moved out of Bellingham for the purpose of me finishing my master's degree in global leadership from Fuller Seminary. I knew that I was called into ministry when I was 16. I liked youth, I liked God, loved both of them, and thought that was perfect, and was encouraged by many people to pursue that. And so I did pursue that and spent my next 30 years learning about ministry, doing ministry, studying ministry, preparing for ministry, training myself in many different ways, including going back to school to do ministry. And so that has been my heart, my mind, my soul, my calling for nearly 30 years, actually longer than that if you go all the way back to 16. And so that's consumed my life. So when I say I moved out of Bellingham and into despair, it's not just part of my story. That's actually what we named this basement that we were living in at Minnie's parents' house. And so I don't know if you know about it, but just like there's dog years that are like 7-to-1, there's a ratio for living with your in-laws as well. And that's 5-to-1. So if you consider the fact that we lived there for 5 years, we actually lived in despair for 25 years. And if you think about it, I don't feel like I look like I'm 70. So I mean that's a good part of that. Once I finished seminary after a year. I figured I'd get right back into ministry. With enough of a track record and love and training, and I thought we'd get right back into it, and that didn't happen for lots of different reasons that I still don't understand. And we were there for 4 more years after we graduated, and this is part of a time that we deconstructed faith, we deconstructed my belief in everything that I'd been taught, with the only goal is to hang on to Christ as the very center of things. And it's been an interesting journey. In the meantime, I tried brand new things. I tried to be a professional student, but found that I was paying them more than they were paying for me. So I did some property management, which basically means I painted some apartments, because you got to say things fancy. Got to be a consulting pastor for a while, which is sitting around with my pastor buddies going, I wonder if we did this, what that would look like. Professional writer for a whole 2 weeks for the Wenatchee World as a junior sports writer. And then became a transportation specialist at the local school district in the YMCA, which basically means I drove buses, which I've actually fallen in love with and very much enjoyed. So in the midst of this really odd journey, both professionally and spiritually, with some days no indication of which day it was, it all started to be just one day. And I would often wake up and just wonder what day it is. The only indication was that I was wearing a different shirt than the day before. So that's the part of the long story of it. Just seemed like the same day, but it was a different shirt. And the good news is, apparently, it didn't even have to be a clean shirt, just a different shirt, so I knew which day it was. So that's how we came up with same day, different shirt. And in the future, we'll just talk about our journey a little bit more. But I want it to be a form of encouragement to you, as even after these last 6 years, where we've, and I mean me, deconstructing of faith, of life, of understanding, of beliefs. I've gone through this very odd time and very odd journey, from being sure about things to simply being raw in life and trying to search things out. Here we are in Burleson, Texas. And it's odd how God takes you to different things in different times, because life is life. I'm sure that many of you have gone through similar things. Maybe you're in the middle of that now. And my hope is that this is encouragement. We're still standing. We're still doing good. Our survival rate is at 100% so far. And so part of Minnie's and my goal for this is, even while we're in the midst of it, to provide encouragement to other people. And this is what I know for Same Day, Different Shirt today, is that the journey is never over. We've never arrived. We're moving forward. We're always alive. Journey's never over. We've never arrived. We're moving forward. We're always alive. And remember, each day is a new one, no matter what shirt you're wearing. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time on Same Day, Different Shirt. This is Paul saying farewell.